Welcome back, my fellow working gamers. I am the Middle Management Gamer, and this is War. On today's episode of This is War, we shall be playing this wonderful piece of licensed product that is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, as you may or may not know, Working Adult Reviews is a game for, like the title suggests, working adult gamers. So working adult gamers often don't get the time to play games for long extended periods of time. So I'm here to play some games for you to let you know whether it's worth your time and worth picking up. Now, as an adult gamer, this one right here makes you feel like a kid again. So just popping it in and seeing that iconic back walk up with that mountain backdrop, it's outstanding. I mean, I just got goosebumps as soon as I put the game in. So just from the get, I knew I was going to enjoy this game. So let's get into it.
We are walking the path of death. What of the curse? Superstition, Satibo. Tranquilo.
So obviously the game starts off with the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's kind of like your tutorial setup here, and you can run and jump, and you have your whip, and you can fist fight, and you have a endurance bar at the bottom that'll go down as you fight, and there's a block button, and then you have your gun, which I've been playing the game for about 4 or 5 hours now. I haven't used the gun once. So basic controls, pretty simple. Move the camera around, first person. Easy peasy, right? Let's go ahead and put that gun away because I don't want to use it. And then you'll get these little icons that show you quest things. Oop. Yep, there goes the Peruvian porter. So, I mean, pretty much follows the opening sequence of the game right down to the changing out the idol with the sand and everything. Voice acting's good. Obviously, it's not the original actors, but Troy Baker doing Indiana Jones. I mean, he sounds like Indiana Jones to me. I know it's not Harrison Ford, but would have liked if they could have gotten Alfred Molina to relive his role here, but the guy doing it does a pretty good job. So let's skip ahead. So the game takes place in 1937, which would place it after Temple of Doom, which was actually a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then after Raiders of the Lost Ark, but before Last Crusade. So currently my character is in Vatican City. So in 1937, World War II hasn't gotten full tilt going yet. But basically at this point in fictional history, the fascists, Italian fascists under the control of Benito Mussolini, have infiltrated Vatican and are trying to, push their views. In real history, Italy never invaded the Vatican, which was neutral during World War II. But El Duce talked about doing it several times. So let's look at some combat here. So I'm wearing a priest outfit, which is a disguise, but captains, which would be higher ranking officers, will recognize that I am not who I say. You can use the whip to grab people. Pull them over, knock their weapons out of their hand. Ooh. That's a tank enemy. A little bit harder to knock down, but you get the drift. I'm gonna get knocked out here. So, fighting's pretty pretty fun. Feels like you're into it, like you can counter attack and whatnot. You can also do stealth hits. Let's see if I can get a stealth hit in here. Come up behind them. You can pop them. Boom. And then you can pick the bodies up and move them in case you're doing like stealth mission. The game is very heavy stealth focused, because if you pick a fight at the wrong time, you're just going to get overrun and die like I did just a second ago. But like I just picked this guy up and drop him. And I can pick up this shovel. So weapons, you find weapons everywhere. They break. You can repair them. There's repair kits and whatnot. But like with this shovel, I can...
Oh, good. There's more.
Oop. Hit the dude in the balls. Oop. A lot of them. That tank's messing me up, though. Oop. Down again. Hermes, get your butt tail out of the way. So the combat's a lot of fun. Like I said, it feels like you're really in there fighting, so that's kind of cool. Like I said, there's stealth options. I mean, I made it through pretty much the first couple of levels without fighting anybody. I just snuck around, threw bottles to distract people. You know, when you're in disguise, there's periods where they can see you, and if you steal something, you'll get in trouble. There is an experience point set up in the game. So you find books, and the books have different things you can unlock. Hermes, you need to sit down. Welcome, Hermes, everybody, to the show. All right. This is a heavy cat. Okay. So you find these books, but the stuff in the books costs a certain amount of stars to unlock, and you unlock stars by doing missions. So like right here, I can unlock Cutman for 250 of my 565 if I wanted to. I have under combat Splinter Smash, which will make it so the last hit of my improvised weapon will do extra damage. So let's go ahead and unlock that. There we go. And I still have 265. You also have a journal you can look through. And so this is my main quest. Field work are like secondary quests that you can go on. So like this one right here called the Mad Priest. I'm supposed to be sneaking into a sewer. It lines up to my main quest, which also requires me to sneak into the sewer. So I'll be able to knock these two out at the same time. And then I have this ongoing quest where I'm taking pictures of inscriptions. I have 7 of 10 so far. So you can climb like water spouts. And I don't know if the enemies will follow me, but they will throw stuff at you. And then you can climb on ledges, run across the rooftops. You can use zip lines using your cane, or I think sometimes he'll use his whip to do it. Down in the bottom corner over here, you can see there's a little icon with Indy's face, and there's a bar that's going down slowly around it. That lets you know that the enemies are losing interest in trying to find you. Apparently, there's something I can take a picture of over here. And you get points for taking pictures. It's like sightseeing. So again, there's all sorts of unlockables, things you can do. So if you only have like an hour to play, you can work on like a side quest. If you have like longer to play, you can work on a main mission. Let's go have a look at the main mission. All right, so I'm on to main mission right now. And again, if you pull up your book, you can look at the journal. The adventure mission, which is the main mission, is the stolen cat mummy. And I'm trying to explore the underworld. So that's what we're working on right now. And basically, if you look over, there's like your library map and the maps that have to do with this quest. And then like you can look at different notes that you found that have to do with the mission you're on. I was supposed to pour the blood of Christ into this altar, and it opened this puzzle, and then I had to turn the relief to do that. And again, whenever you see that camera icon there at the top, then you know you can take a picture. Boop. Normally that gives you experience points. So if you go down in here, it's very dark. So that's another like cool thing is like it's pretty realistic as far as light and dark go. So if you go down into a cave or something, you need to take something to light your way. And as you go through, the staircase is messed up, so gotta be careful going down. All right. And we can light braziers with our candle. And you can swap the candle for a torch. Oh, yeah. Woo! So I went through the secret passageway to get down here, and the torch still works. Ain't nobody been down here in God knows how long. The torches are still like oil flames lighting system. Well, let's go ahead and take a picture of it first.
That's it. Jesus on the cross. 5 sacred wounds.
And then again, you have these puzzles, and you gotta, know what to use.
For this is my blood of the covenant, poured out for many unto remission of sins.
So then you get a puzzle to solve. So, final verdict. Working adult reviews of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Like I said, I've been playing it for probably 6 or 7 hours now. I am thoroughly enjoying the game. It brings back all those like goosebump, like happy memories of watching Indiana Jones films. So, I mean, if you were raised in like the 80s or 90s or even today, I mean, you wanted to grow up to be an archaeologist because of Indiana Jones. Not that he's your typical archaeologist, but, we dream and we move forward. So this game kind of fulfills that little bit of fantasy. If you like games like Uncharted and you like the Indiana Jones series, you'll love this game. The puzzles are good. The combat is good. It's a Bethesda game. There's typically some sort of glitching in there that comes along with it. That's just fine. Sometimes out of the corner of my eye, I'll see the, graphics are glitching a little bit, especially like pass-throughs from like one area to another. There's like windows that allow you to go through. That's some of the graphical glitching that I've seen in there. But other than that, I mean, the game is solid, spot on. It just came out for the PlayStation like 2 weeks ago. It's been out on Xbox and PC for a while. It's the only reason I'm just now getting around to playing it. I would have bought it right out the gate if I thought my computer would run it, and it won't. So, PlayStation. Anyway, lots of fun. Is it worth getting? This working adult says this game is definitely worth playing. So, if you haven't picked it up yet, you should give it a go. And I'm going to get back to playing. Thanks and adieu.